The romantic relationship ended before the indictment was returned, yes or no?
To a man, yes.
Well, to a man, yes. To you, no?
She's explained this, Mr. Seda. She's explained this.
And did the forthcoming indictment have anything to do with that?
Ooh.
Or was it just a coincidence?
Mr., let's go on and have the conversation.
I've just asked you whether or not it was a coincidence.
Had absolutely nothing to do with this. It's interesting that we're here about this money. Mr. Wade is used to women that, as he told me one time, the only thing a woman can do for him is make him a sandwich. We would have brutal arguments about the fact that I am your equal. I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion. And so there was tension always in our relationship, which is why I would give him his money back. I don't need anybody to foot my bills. The only man who's ever foot my bills completely is my daddy.
Well, let's go ahead and have the conversation then. Fani Willis was fired up, you hear me? But on another note, the judge has been extremely lenient due to the individual in the seat. Talking about a man is not a plan, a man is a companion, you feel me? And if you haven't had a chance to check this out, please go to my man's page, Lead Attorney. He covered this live and it was quite entertaining. But you know how we do over here at News Junkies. We're gonna check different multiple sources. We don't ever want to get our information just from one source. So with that being said, let's get that fix.
Now to a court hearing in Atlanta that could threaten the future of Georgia's election interference case against former President Donald Trump. Fulton District Attorney Fani Willis, the prosecutor overseeing the case, fiercely denied that a personal romance with a colleague presented a conflict of interest. CBS's Nicole Killian reports on the salacious and dramatic details.
It is a lie. It is a lie.
In an intense hearing,
Don't be cute with me and then think that you're not going to get an answer.
the tables were turned on Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who took the stand for the first time in the same courtroom where she typically prosecutes defendants.
So I would ask you to not yell at me.
With several of the co-defendants in the 2020 election interference case looking on and former President Trump weighing in on social media, Willis defended her personal relationship with Nathan Wade, a special prosecutor on her team.
You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
The hearing was prompted by a complaint from co-defendant Michael Roman. A former Trump official, his attorneys, plus another representing Trump, want Willis removed from the case because they say the relationship shows a financial conflict of interest. Willis denied being in a relationship with Wade before he was hired to join the team investigating Trump in November 2021.
And it's highly offensive when they try to implicate that you slept with somebody the first day you met with them, and I take exception to it.
But a former friend and colleague of Willis contradicted that account under questioning.
You have no doubt that their romantic relationship was in effect from 2019 until the last time you spoke with her?
No doubt.
The attorneys allege Willis personally benefited from her involvement with Wade and was paid more than $650,000 by Willis's office as the pair took lavish trips to California, Florida, and the Caribbean.
Don't get cute with me and try to get an answer. Yo, Fani was not pulling any punches, you hear? But the strange thing about it to me is the gentleman practiced in personal injury law. So I'm not too familiar on the gentleman, but I don't know what would qualify him to be in the position he is. Now, she did state that she wanted another person to represent in this case, and he did turn it down. That was in today's session. But we got a little bit more footage to jump into, so buckle up, strap in, and let's get this fixed.
Did you observe them do things that are common among people having a romantic relationship?
Yes.
Such as, can you give us an example?
Hugging, kissing, just affection.
All before November 1st of 2021, correct?
Yes.
And I'm saying I cannot recall if he socialized with Miss Will, if he ever mentioned to me that he socialized.
Day 2 of the legal soap opera playing out in a Fulton County courtroom. Lawyers for Mr. Trump and his co-defendants have accused Willis of profiting off her hiring of attorney Nathan Wade, with whom she's been romantic.
You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020.
In court Friday, testimony on the matter wrapped up with lawyers calling Willis's father to take the stand.
Ms. Willis had not told you about Mr. Wade prior to that.
Absolutely not.
Former Governor Roy Barnes telling the judge he turned down the position Willis later gave Wade.
I don't think this is the end of the drama. If anything, it's probably just the beginning.
John Acevedo is an associate professor at Emory University School of Law. He thinks the chances of this judge disqualifying Willis or Wade aren't huge. That's because the defense hasn't been able to prove a direct paper trail.
Here it's a bit of a stretch because she obviously is not getting any part of that salary directly. Instead, the theory that's been put forward is that she's getting gifts from Wade from the salary that he's being paid to prosecute these defendants.
Willis has maintained she paid Wade back for their vacations abroad, mostly with cash. Regardless, Acevedo says it's a bad look for the prosecution, especially with the inconsistencies. And that's something Judge Scott McAfee will factor into his ruling.
In criminal law, we're concerned not only with conflict of interest, but the appearance of conflicts. If you think about it, the entire system relies on trust in the public having that these trials are done fairly and the defendants get a fair shake.
It will be at least a week before the lawyers give the judge their closing arguments on the conflict of interest question about the lead prosecutor next Friday at the earliest. All of this dragging out as the November election approaches.
Should he remove neither of them, then status quo, we're still on track for an August trial.
See, the thing that's saving her is there's really no hardcore evidence. There's no digital paper trail. She was using that cold, hard cash. But the one thing that is against her is her friend and colleague, Robin, who is stating under oath that she witnessed them, her and Mr. Wade, being affectionate with each other in the year of 2019. So let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments below. If you haven't had the chance to, please like, share, and subscribe. I want to thank you for tuning in. And till the next time, peace and blessings.